same here.
And Wells Fargo sent this? Is that what it said? What they sent us?
I'll look.
Yeah, well, it says right there to currency exchange, to the swap managers. Well, we didn't even get a chance to study that, so we may not do that. Are we on?
I said Mark C. Already talked about this.
Thank you. What was the results? Do you know? Are there any results of it?
No,
Who said that?
the person who sent it to you got it.
When do you know what time it arrived in the day?
4:05.
4:05. Thank you. It's mine. You said. Ready? Right here. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your UB2Bs, Frank 26 UB2Bs, I call them. Today is the 4th of December 2019. It's good to be with you. I welcome you. I greet you in agape love. We represent KTFalways.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the study of the Iraqi dinar, and tonight is, I apologize. I'm getting over a virus. I feel better. I feel stronger. And I don't think I'll ever take another Claritin again. I haven't taken one in 20 years, and I took a little bit of one to clear me up. That was a mistake. I started having heart palpitations of it. But it's good to be with everybody. And I'm going to get straight to work because we have a lot to cover tonight. A lot. And I don't know if I want to do the same like we always do, that we're with you for like 2 hours. Tink, let me know when we've been on for 45 minutes.
Okay.
We'll shut it down. Exactly at 45 minutes, we shut it down, okay? And then we start a second UB2B for this evening. Everybody's all set? We understand? All right. And as far as for you, family, if you want to come and continue studying with us when we go into the second UB2B, you're welcome to. I know. I do things differently, but I don't have the time to explain them. Everything that we're about to talk about right now is strictly in my opinion. We are studying the Iraqi dinar. And you might as well study quantum physics. Because the subatomic particles, the quarks, are not behaving as they normally do in a normal environment. In a normal world as we know it, of 3 dimensions. The study of the Iraqi dinar is multidimensional. And the problem is that you can't cover all the dimensions, because if you do, you step on grounds that you don't belong, especially as a citizen. Oh, but I have freedom, I have rights, I have freedom of speech. Yeah. So, as we start, I'm going to bring in our our bank expert tonight, because I want him to talk to you. And he's going to be here with us, AG1, in a minute. But before we do, I'm going to start something. If AG calls, then we go ahead. But I'm going to start something. And I'll tell you when I'm done. Iran is the reason why we don't have the monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar. Those that worked with Iran in a very, very close, intimate, private, behind closed doors way were the beneficiaries of it. Iran is angry that they are losing the power that they have to supply not only their purpose, certainly not to take care of their people, but to supply their purpose of terrorism around the world. Iran is losing its ability. No, we don't answer anybody's calls. Connect me. This thing is dying. And we need to connect when he comes on. The power, please. It is not powering. Oh, dear God. Iran is supplying. And Iran is angry because they are losing the ability now to supply terrorism around the world. And that's because of Donald Trump. Iran tried to instigate the United States of America by doing something stupid with some drones in Saudi Arabia. And the court. Ladies and gentlemen, get the speaker, Jen. Hold on, let's see if this is loud enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop. I didn't even get a chance to start. So I'm going to stop. I have to be quiet, and I'm going to introduce you once again to our beautiful team member by the name of Angel One. And he's going to talk to you about some things that the CBI has been doing. The last time that we were together, which was Monday night, I told you about banks that all of a sudden started making loans. And I think we explained it to you, I pray, in the proper manner. Well, the banks of Iraq are doing something again. And I told you, watch, they're going to start talking last week, and they did. But I'm not sure if the internet, the gurus, those that study, you understand. So therefore, I am proud to introduce to you Angel One. The floor is yours. Talk to them. What is in your heart? I know you have a specific amount of time. When you're done, let me know. Hold on. Let me connect you to the main speakers. Talk. Nope. Okay, talk now.
I'm here.
Roger, the floor is yours.
Thanks again for having me. By the way, our team talks this morning just got me fired up. I mean, teams, they're just. I've just been excited all day. I feel like taking on hell with a water gun. I feel great today. But again, thank you again for having me.
What?
My time is limited.
Just talk.
There's a couple of things that have happened, Frankie,
Yes, sir.
since our last conversation.
No.
I mean, the last time I was on here,
Oh, that conversation.
we strictly just talked about Taha making a disclaimer about leaks.
Ta-da, ta-ha.
Frankie, last time we were here, I was talking about leaks. Since then, we're no longer having a leak. The dam has busted through. I mean, we're not talking about leaks anymore. I mean, what's interesting is, we go over this privately in our meetings, but to finally see it in public gives me the green light to share a little bit more. So let me talk a little bit about the dam that has busted through. Well, Pence shows up with strict orders from Donnie T. That's what a Trump ambassador does. I mean, he gets his orders and he just delivers. But he wasn't alone. The delegates that he was accompanied by were also Trump ambassadors with big titles, a whole lot of power, and huge credentials. And just like me, they were limited on time. And they came in strong. Immediately, Pence took control. All Trump ambassadors took control, and we saw that immediately. But here's what I love. I love that he, all of a sudden, put America back into the driver's seat of this thing. And he was there to deliver the rider. Amigo, that's huge. Let me say that again. He showed up and took control of this thing and delivered the rider. He gave them clear instructions on what was going to happen. Immediately, we saw Mahdi resign. We saw a bunch of things happen. It wasn't talk. It was action immediately. Now, let me fast forward a little bit, because on Monday, you taught on the accounting adjustment that was made by all the banks and the CBI, and that's what I want to hit on, amigo. I want to hit on this. I want to hit on the bank. First of all, it was one bank that made the announcement that they will stop doing loans for the next 30 days. But let me tell you, it was not just one bank. This is why my people are so excited. This is what we have to see.
Thanks.
Now, here's the thing. I have to just give you just brushstrokes of this thing. I've got to give you just brushstrokes. I'm going to let you continue to snipe and give all the great details that you do, but let me just give some brushstrokes on this thing. What happened, family, was it wasn't just one bank that agreed to this. Listen to the power of this and why my people are so excited in some of the greatest financial hubs in the world. They're excited because all Iraqi banks agreed to this. This is miraculous. What I'm telling you is the banks of Iraq are in unity. And they're in unity to take a loss. See, if they don't give out loans, then they are losing money. The point of this was to give them a runway for a takeoff. They have now created and allowed for 2019 to put a close on 2019. They ended it themselves. This is an accounting adjustment. I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. They took control, and all the banks agreed to this because they know what's coming. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but we are in an incredible window. Let me say that again. We are in an incredible window. Why are my people so excited? Because the banks of Iraq are in unity. And guess who's leading them? The CBI. They listened to the CBI. I dare somebody out there to tell me and challenge me when the last time all banks in Iraq were in unity. I can't think of the time. Now, let me tell you what unity brings. Unity brings power. But I'm going to tell you the kind of power that you and I are looking for. Purchasing power.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. The accounting adjustment that was made was powerful. Absolutely powerful. Before, in phases before, they were only using certain banks. But family, every bank is on board. Now, we've told you, Frankie's told you the CBI is going to talk. And they have been talking. As a matter of fact, they've been yelling. They've been screaming. And let me tell you, the things that I love, the things that my teams love, are the accounting adjustment as well as what they've been talking. These two letters, this one word they've been using a lot, and it's this: reauthorize, re-license, re-leave. They've been doing this. They've been adding the re in front of some pretty powerful words. Let me tell you why. It's time. It is time. The stars are not just in the budget, they are now aligned. They are in unity. And anybody notice this? Anybody out there notice this? That the banks have been winning tons of awards. All of a sudden, I'm telling you, right after Pence showed up, all of a sudden, the CBI is just blabbing. The banks have been winning tons of awards. But let me tell you the awards that has caught my eye. And there's many of them. They've been winning membership in the board of directors for deposit guarantee. That's pretty much like our FDIC. They're telling you this. You can bring in your money, old and soon to be new, and it'll be safe. Family, let me tell you the significance of this. The significance of this is the banks of Iraq are telling you they're healthy. Not are they just ready, but they're healthy. They're loaded up. And all of this has been happening in the presence of the CBI.
Did I lose you?
No, you didn't lose me. I'm just making sure I hit every single point. Those are the two things that I really wanted to hit on. I know you started on Iran, and I think that's extremely important.
You want me to start? And you can, at any moment, you just say Frank, and I shut down. You got it? Take advantage.
Yes.
Take advantage. Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, it is in my opinion that the United States of America has been very closely watching Iran, because Iran is the reason why we do not have the monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar yet. Iran tried to pick a fight with the United States and it didn't work when they hit Saudi Arabia. We weren't stupid. So they've been collecting intel. As soon as that intel was in the right position, then the President of the United States of America, while there was protesting going on, killing going on by the Iranian people, of Iraqi innocent people, we sent Vice President Pence. And the day before he arrived, you have this Mahdi going out there and telling the people, hey, 45 more days. And even then, I don't know. Maybe sometime in February, I might give you 20% of your demands. You hear me? And stop it, or I'm going to shoot you. Are you serious, Mr. Dictator? So the United States sent Pence the next day, and then the next day, this same guy, Mahdi, comes up to the television and he says, I'm going to resign in 72 hours. Miracles are happening all of a sudden because the United States is there. The United States of America has a tendency to bring miracles to many countries. Then the next thing you know, the citizens started to observe what was going on. But while they were still protesting, tell me, Angel One, where did Pence go?
To the heart of Iraq.
And to the favorite son. He goes up to Kurds and he says, hey, hello, with this? Hey, and you take it from there. What did he offer them? What did he tell them that he was going to launch, trigger? Go ahead.
He came bearing gifts.
He
came bearing gifts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, preach it. That's perfect.
I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on here.
Careful,
if it's not clear enough already, America and the U.S. Treasury is ready. They're ready. And Pence went and he delivered the rider for the budget. The gifts that he brought, we have all been waiting for far too long. The speed of what's been occurring and in the manner of which it has been occurring shows the strength and willingness and sheer determination of America wanting this done now. the UST is ready, and we are pushing this along very, very strongly.
So we have the Vice President Pence that goes to Kurdistan and pushes it. Hey, Kurdistan, do know there's a rider in the budget for the hydrocarbon law, right? Yeah. You do know that you guys can have your part right now. Right now. Will you agree to 140? I guess we can do that. If you do, I'll do you a favor. You can sell all the excess oil you got on your own, keep the profit, and as of right this moment, I will trigger the rider in the 220 budget for the HCL, for your people, for everybody here. What do you say, Kurdistan? What did they say, Angel One?
We'd love that.
We'd love to give you our bearing, United States of America. So then Pence goes back to Baghdad. You want to continue? You want me to pick it up?
Go ahead.
And anytime, please jump in. You're limited with your time. So what happens? He goes back. United Nations came with me. Yeah. Hey, you stupid idiots inside of this parliament. Look at all that we've got. And they started arresting them left and right. And the citizens in our fireflies told you, my gosh, Mr. Frank, look, they're putting handcuffs. They're arresting these people. The following day, what happened? They all split. You heard the report from our firefly. Mr. Frank, there's nobody left. We can't even shoot nobody, doggone it. Where did these guys go? Oh, well, you see, we're there. Daddy's there. Okay. But the citizens continue to protest. Why? Well, because they're still angry. What? We still don't see our independence. Where's this new government? We want to vote. Come on. Let us have it. And all of a sudden, the citizens start to get the message and they start to quail. They start to calm down. They're now doing sit-ins, aren't they? That's quite a difference, isn't it? So while this is going on, you've got the demonstrations that are starting to quail a little bit.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Got to go?
Let me pause it real quick.
Go.
One last point. I think the family and the neighbors would love to hear this. The UN was there, right?
Yeah.
The UN said they were thinking about putting sanctions on, right?
Yep.
They didn't end up doing that, and they're not going to do that, right?
Nope.
What happened in October with the UN?
Oh, no. Ring-a-ding-ding. Yes, hello. Who this? Hey, can I borrow some money, honey? Who this? This is the UN. My MasterCard. You know what? I don't even have anything on my Visa. I'm broke, says the United Nations. So what does the president do? He goes out and he pimp slaps all these nations that have been sucking off of our dollar and says, you know what? Up yours. Now you pay your 2%. And what is Trudeau from Canada? Mr. Pretty Boy, acting silly, huh? Well, guess what? You're going to pay for that. I'm sorry. Take over, Angel. I better shut up.
Let me just ask you a couple of questions.
The UN needs the money.
And where do they need? Where's that money going to come from? Let me ask you this question, buddy. Who's the Fab Four for our new listeners?
One of them happens to be the United Nations. The others is the IMF, the World Trade Organization, and the President of the United States of America.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I said it's World Bank. World Bank, IMF, United Nations, and actually United States Treasury, which is Donald Trump. Go ahead.
Now, we saw where the UST stands on Wednesday. Would you say they want this to happen?
Yeah.
Okay, there's one out of the four. How about the UN? I mean, they've been out of money since October.
Well, they found out that there's a way that they can help to get the RI, and that's how they're going to fund the UN with the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar, because the UN's got a few dinars.
Interesting. So you got two out of the four. What do you think about the World Bank? Have they been in Baghdad for a while?
Yeah.
How long ago did they give this blessing for the benefit of the World Bank? How about number four? How about the IMF? How was that report? You and I spent hours and hours and hours on the phone regarding that IMF report.
Yeah.
Frankie,
It was literally the okay. Go ahead, raise the value.
what I'm trying to say is this. Not only are all the banks in Iraq in unity, but the Fab Four is in unity
Amen.
and now in a position where the Fab Four will benefit like never before. We're seeing the stars align on every level,
Turn down.
and my teams are on high alert. And let me tell you why they're on high alert, because of the speed of this thing, the speed in which this is happening. Buddy, it's always a privilege to be on with you. I love you.
I love
I
you
love the
too.
family and all of those who copy and paste this. I love you too. Have the greatest night of your life.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for having
brother.
me on.
Take care. Bye bye.
Ciao.
Alrighty, it didn't take long. We've already shut down. You probably missed the ending of Angel One's report, but don't worry about it. Alrighty. Let me continue where me and Angel One were going with this to help a little bit more for the understanding of what we want to do tonight. We talked about the real effective exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar. And that's what the banks are doing right now, and that's what we felt that they were going to start to get involved with. When I told you about 10 days ago, family, watch the CBI talk this coming week, which was this week that we're in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, they're talking like crazy. And the first thing that they did is they came out and they told the world basically that, well, actually, they told inside of Iraq, citizens of Iraq, we're not going to give you any more loans for a month. And then when we talked about that, I think we gave you some prudent information, opinions of what that means. Because when you do an accounting move like that, it's suspicious. It doesn't have to be done that way they did it. It automatically kicks over on January the 1st or the 2nd when the new accounting starts all over again. But this is because there's, in my opinion, is because there's a new rate coming. Yes, sir. It's shutting down, man. We're, go ahead. Go ahead if you want it. But,
No,
all right, yeah, I'll shut it down. Yes, sir. And then the next thing that the Central Bank of Iraq did is they came out. It was Rafadim, Rafadim Bank. And what they did, I'm so sorry, I'm still trying to get over this virus. You can go back to yesterday's postings, post number 125, and you'll see where the Rafadim Bank was standing right next to the CBI. You know, I used to get sad when you wouldn't catch these things. I want you to catch them. I expect you to if you're a student. But when I see in my own form that no one's even talking about the subject, then I realize that that's my part. That's my duty to help you. I'm not here complaining that you didn't understand. I'm not here complaining that you didn't talk about it. But listen, the second thing the CBI has done, just in this week alone, is Rahadim Bank came out and they stood right next to the Central Bank of Iraq. And they started to talk about accounting adjustments that were being done, that they were moving. And Rahadim has many, many customers in order to offer loans to other customers. That's their capital. The deposit of their customers is what gives Rahadim Bank the ability to give loans. Now, just a few days before that, the CBI came out and says all banks are not offering loans anymore for 1 month exactly, until February the 1st. Why? No comment. Then Rahadim said, we are going to use this as capital for loans. They're preparing themselves to give loans to the citizens of Iraq under a new rate by stopping it for 1 month and seeding their banks with the ability to do so. On top of this, Rafadim announces, because we did this, yeah, what about it? We now have memberships into it's like an FDIC. You're going to have insurance for your customers' accounts, yeah, and for their loans. Insurance? You never had it before. Well, we never had it before, but we're going to now. We're going to offer it now. Why would you have insurance, FDIC type of insurance, on toilet paper currency? And you never had it before, what, but 16 years? These are the telltale signs, in my opinion. We're shutting down for 1 month, no more loans. No. That's a telltale sign. You don't have to do that. You're making an adjustment. And the only thing I can think of is the monetary reform. You're going to introduce new small category notes, right? And you're going to introduce a new rate, right? I mean, it's not like I said it. You said it. In the last quarter of this year. I got all the articles if you want to read them again, CBI. Okay, you don't want to. Okay. So the logic that we're following here is one that is not emotional. It's not a logic of, oh, gee whiz, I sure hope I'm right in what I'm saying. I have to give it to you, in my opinion, out of dignity. But just like Angel once said, are you picking up what the CBI is giving you? Actually, they're not giving it to you. They're giving it internally to their people only. Okay, now that's two things that the CBI did. Let's go back last week when the CBI started to talk, which was actually on Thursday of last week. What happened then? My apologies. And what happened then? Well, the CBI came out and said, we got some banks here. Stupid banks. This is an internal matter. International world. You already got our memo, right? Oh, you got our memo. Hey, you country. What was that country? You guys that just sent us the copy of your new small category notes for your country. Oh, that was nice. Thank you. In fact, you know what? We released it on our CBI website. No, they don't want your currency. They want our own currency. But you see, we want to show our citizens that that's exactly what we're about to do for them. We will show them pictures of the new small category currency. Because that's what all countries do as an IMF requirement, mandate. Again, go back Thursday. Actually, the first time they talked. I already gave you the second and the third. The first time. So all these banks that we've got here inside of our country, and we got thousands of them. How many banks you got, CBI? I don't know. I don't know. You got 1,000? No, thousands. You got thousands of baby banks all over Iraq. Yeah. Are they all ready? Are they all ready for the exchange of the Iraqi dinar at 1-to-1 internationally? Are all your banks ready to wire transfer this currency in your country at 1-to-1 internationally? Because take, for example, the state of Michigan. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of Arab people that have moved there. A lot. Are you guys, CBI, are you going to have a baby bank there, representative there? Oh, I shouldn't talk about that yet. But you will tell everybody eventually where all your banks are going to be at in the United States, right? Preferably the 48 continental states, right? All right. I already told my family, in my opinion. But you tell them when you're ready. So CBI, all your banks are ready? Well, didn't you just hear Angel One tell you that, Frank? That's a good one. Yeah. But you came out with an article last Thursday. No, Frank, that wasn't our banks. You know, our banks, all of our banks are ready to go live internationally at 1-to-1 because we're Article A. We've been using it for over a year now. No, almost a year now. Yeah. So what happened, Frank? Get this right. There's a lot of money exchangers, and they ain't got nothing to do with the CBI's banks. But oh boy, there's a lot. Hey, come here. What? There was a few that fell behind, but we threatened them. They know what's about to happen. You think they want? You think they want to be left out on that? All our banks are ready. But there is a problem with the money exchangers, Frank. Especially the ones that were at the borders. You see, they are the ones that determined, they really were the ones that determined the actual exchange rate of our currency in Iraq. It was a mafioso style kind of thing that they did. You have to pay border taxes, tariffs. Collected. Collected. Well, not at a program rate. I don't care. Collected a lot. Well, send it to the government of Iraq to help the people. Oh, no. Goes right here. And that created an unbalance in the 2% compliance of the exchange rate, let alone the inflation rate, let alone of many of the economic structures of their M figures, of the GDP. That country was messed up financially, mathematically, because of the money exchangers all around at the borders. Now, let's go into the specific cities like Baghdad, Barswa, Mosul, the bigger ones, okay? And what did you have? Money exchangers. And guess who they were? Iranians. And guess what they were doing? Exchanging American dollars into Iraqi dinars that they had stolen from the auctions and inflating it, not at 1190, and pocketing a whole lot. Now, how is it that Iran, come on, man, talk to me. How is it that Iran can do this? That's like some guy coming up and kissing my wife. Oh, you dead, sucker. So Iran comes in and rapes Iraq financially for decades. Well, a long time. And it's because they got pissed off. We got rid of Saddam. And now we're getting rid of Maliki. And then we got rid of Maliki. And now we got rid of Mahdi. They're all pissed off. But how in the name of decency is it possible that Iran can do this in the eyes of the whole world? How? Because there are some things in life that just simply you have no control over. In my opinion, God Almighty, in my opinion, I've been a minority all my life. I know what it's like. I know the flavor. I know the smell of it before it even comes to me, that stench. Whether it be in a job opportunity, in a financial opportunity, in a romantic opportunity, whatever it may be, I know what it's like to be a minority. Do you hear me, Iraqis? I know. And you were a minority in your own country to Iran because there were more powerful people than you that wanted a piece of what Iran was cannibalizing out of you. What you doing there? We smuggling these barrels over across the... Yeah, you can't do that. I'm going to report you. Hey, wait. Before you go back to your country, I can grease the palm. 5-finger discount. Oh, good? Okay. I'm sorry, what? The what? Hey, we paid you off. Your children? What about your children? You serious? Generations too? Hey, who cares? We're making a zillion. Give it to him, give it to him, give it to him. Your children taken care of, okay? Anything else? No? Okay. So while the wealthy, the mighty, the Sanhedrins of this planet Earth found ways to, you know something? You got a good thing going there, Obama. Oh my goodness. Obama, did you just sign a deal with Tehran, with Iran, allowing them to buy generators for nuclear proliferation? Whose side are you on? Oh, we got a deal for it. What we get? I'm sorry? Your term is up. You don't know. What? Hillary. Nancy P. All you punk asses. I told you should have left us alone. You could have taken your money. You could have died. You could have gone to heaven or hell. I don't care. But you should have left us alone. The president of the United States of America is cleaning the swamps like you have no idea. Shut. Oh, shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, there's about 2,000 of you on. Is shutting down mafioso deals, in my opinion, that exist right now, and it's pissing off everybody because they are about to lose their money. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing is we're going to shut down right now. And I have my reasons. I don't have to explain them to you. So politely and very kindly, I'm shutting down this UB2B. And we are then turning it back on. Are we ready to do this?
Are you ready to shut down?
So we pick up from what I just said, okay? Go. See you in a bit.